over if you wanna look for yourself. But at least this is a case where I would be willing to share the. Like usually I don't just willy nilly share DMs, but I mean, given what he's doing, I think it's fair to show you. But I just thought like something just didn't sit right with me. Like it just felt weird that he was so defensive and just like seeking me out to say this to me.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Oh, I mean, if things don't work out, I mean, it's um like I guess legal like as far as the legal stuff goes, or if it's taking too long or something. I mean, really, I would say probably your best case for action, if you can provide like screenshots, anyways. That would help, but I guess like with the legal case going on, it's kind of like a difficult thing to do because I could see that potentially like your lawyers might be like, hey, don't like share this or something while it's ongoing. But I mean, if you have issues, there's always Twitter and social media, and I'd say like most like female streamers that I'm aware of, anyways, are pretty like they'll basically like the concept of believe women is pretty strong, at least among like women streamers, I'd say. So
You never know. I mean, enough people kind of I'm sure that's why he's trying to plant that in people's heads saying, "Oh, this girl's crazy," or "Oh, it surely must have been another Twitch mod," even though she's never had another Twitch mod in her channel ever. So there's that. It's just it's like how would that even make sense, you know? But you'd be surprised. Like I'm sure that if that's the case that let's see. Oh, this is the thing. This is the message. I'm trying to like blow it up. Um, let's see. This girl is insane. Wait, which one? I heart Pew, whatever. Um, I just said hi, and someone said, "Oh, it's Realm," in the chat. I said, it's hard to tell. Damn it, I wish I could blow this up a little bit. It's hard to see. I guess some other guy harassed her. Look at her IG post. Why is he going through and looking at my IG posts? Like, if he's a Twitch moderator, like, if he's supposed to be security for Twitch, why is he going through and looking at female streamers' IGs and stuff? Like, that's what I don't understand. Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on.
oh,
Oh, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Interesting. Sorry about that. But you're like, oh, it's Twitch. I'd say they're all insane. That's nice.
Bro, you got everybody on Twitch is crazy. I don't know what you're talking about.
She's like, she was cool at first. I haven't been here since last year. I just said hi. He's been in and out of my streams, but he's stopped like December, January is when he stopped coming into my streams because I would just ignore him because of how he was asking for photos and pictures of my tits and the fact that he decided to disclose with me that his ex-girlfriend was sexually assaulted on an airplane and how woe is me, you know, he was like, oh, woe is me, I haven't been, you know, had any intimacy in a year because she was sexually assaulted. So, you know, and he started like trying to get very sexual on the phone. So it's just it's crazy.
Oh wait, did you record the call?
Part of it when it started to get really fucked up.
Oh, okay, good shit.
And I don't think that he realized that because he tried to use
Um,
false pretenses.
actually, hold on a second. Let me or I guess your lawyers would have already mentioned something about like the whole like two-party state thing. 'Cause I think California, if they're in California, I don't think you have to ask. Um, but I don't know what it's like on your end or whatever.
Well, screenshots and stuff like that from him messaging me on Whisper and Discord, those you don't really need anything for.
Yeah, but I mean, but
Um,
do you know if you can use the call evidence? Like, have you been able to confirm that with your
no,
lawyers?
there's like a certain process like in regards to that. So Twitch wanted to actually have me use a third party that they recommended that they go through, and I don't know how like comfortable I felt with that. So I decided to also seek, legal recourse outside of the person that they recommended because you never know.
Smart. Yeah,
So that
yeah. I mean,
and
honestly, they shouldn't be. I feel like they shouldn't be making recommendations like that. That feels a little manipulative.
yeah, like, oh hey, here's a lawyer, here's a third party that you can talk to that, oh, we don't have anything to do with them, that we have outside sources, so you're totally safe talking to them and not us. So that's why like I've been a little bit back and forth because I'm like, look, I'm gonna get things confirmed before I send this and before I get this, and doing my due diligence instead of just getting fucked over.
But yeah, no, yeah, I'm just happy to hear that you like,
Performance
because like,
and lower
bro, there's been
costs in
so
the
many
world.
times where I've talked to somebody and they're like, they're telling me, something to this effect or something like that, or like something in that ballpark. And I'm just like, do you have screenshots? And like, no, I didn't think to do it. I was like, okay, from now on, if you see something sus, you screenshot the hell out of it.
So wait,
Um,
so he's sorry to interrupt you. So
oh no, you good.
he's like, is he the one that told you that he's dating Frankie, like Blonde X Bomb now, or was it
So
someone else?
hold on, let me find it on here real quick. Let's see, where is it? That's your stuff. Hold on. Oh, okay, I think this is it. So I'd have to go back to get that part up there. Can you guess who your expert? I said she's blonde. Let's see. Oh, let me actually go and assuming he didn't take those down. It was. Um,
Because he is really good about that, about deleting stuff once he sends it. Because he tried pulling that with me.
I had man, there was one guy who I couldn't quite get all of his stuff. His name's like I think his name's Realm Nathaniel, where he he would like one day like he's just like some weird mod like sword collector who at first was like trying to be super nice to me and was like to the point of kissing my ass, and I'm just like, okay, like bro, chill. But one day he just messages me and he's like, hey, so you know that guy that was like talking shit to me on the internet, like on the internet, whatever? Yeah, I got his
Hmm.
license plate number. And then here's his friend's license plate number, and I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I was able to get some of it, like what he said, screenshot it, but he took some of that down like ASAP, so I couldn't get all of it, but
Yeah.
that was some creepy shit. Let's see. So I'm losing my voice a bit because I've been on calls like the past 2 days for like all day pretty much.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Wait, does he say that they've been dating since February?
I gotta get to the. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. So I might have. So this is what he said. He said, and I'm a one-woman guy. The girl I'm focused on is trolling me so hard. Okay, so I may have misremembered this a little bit. That's my bad. Um, and then he says, "Can you guess who?" And then I guess that's the part like right before.
Oh, he says she lives in the UK though.
Yeah, Yeah, he was. I mean, I do guess on that message Londex Spawn, um, and he confirms that. So maybe it might be that he's aware
But
that they're not together.
that's the thing though, like it feels fake because if he really knew, like I thought she was in Australia. She's from the UK, but she
Oh,
lives in Australia. Unless he didn't know that at the time, and so he's just talking out of his ass.
see, this was on. Uh, oh, this was on the 15th of June. So
She wants to get serious.
oh, okay. So yeah, we've been air quotes dating is what he said. That's what led me to think that.
Oh, like online dating, like not actually
I
like
I
if they're not in the same like country, then yeah.
I mean I would. Oh yeah, no, that's fair. And like that last part was the part that like really like irked me because that's like it kind of made me like really start taking notes. Like when like I see something sus is that there's another couple in line that obviously not trying anything, but if Lonnie rejects me IRL, I know my next options. Like this is the kind of stuff that just random dudes will say to me, and like male streamers will just randomly say to me, like unprompted. Like I've had like I think you'd be surprised at the raw number of guys who just straight up talk to me and other guys like this about girls. Like
Interesting. So I wonder what else is getting thrown out about me and who he is. You know what? I almost wonder if someone went to him. I mean, obviously he's not going to be honest because he was dishonest in that message to you, like, oh, I did nothing. But I almost wonder if someone went to him and were like, oh, dude, you say that, but I actually got to see some of the like, you know, I got to listen to some of the audio. Like, she's got you locked, man. Like, she has you talking about your ex that was sexually assaulted, and she has you talking about asking her, you know, to see her tits and talking about how nice they are. Like, I wonder what his response would be. Like, would he actually be like, oh shit, like how much is there? Like, how much does she have? Or would he be like, oh, I never did that? Like, I almost wish like I could find someone that would go and do that, just because all it would do is like it could either add to my case or it could either show that he's just not willing to be honest as a Twitch employee.
I mean, also, if you want to use this, you know, you're free to. Like,
Okay.
you have my permission. I would just like my name to not be on record if possible.
Yeah, no, that's fine. What about like your screen name though? Like if that's something
Oh
that can
yeah,
be passed along. Okay.
yeah, I would like. I mean, that especially. Oh, bro, I have garnered so much hatred, bro, on this platform. And this is why, because I like literally just not putting up with dude shit has made me a lot of enemies.
Hmm. Yeah, it's crazy, and I'm sure that me actually saying what I did on stream is what caused him to put his tail between his legs and kind of run going, oh, I didn't do anything, it wasn't me, obviously it was someone else. No, I'm pretty sure you're the only Twitch staff named Relum that and why would he go running to someone talking about, oh, she's insane? Like, why would you immediately react like that, trying to defend yourself
Yeah,
if it's not you?
that just sucks. At first, like, I was like, happy when we started talking, because I was like, okay, like most guys I meet, they usually like they kind of always come at me with an angle of like, there's something I want to get from you, but it's like he was Twitch staff, so it's like he can like if he wants to talk to somebody, he can just do that his damn self, like
Yeah.
he's not gonna have any problems. So I was like excited. I was like, man, that feels good. Like I don't feel like I gotta like I'm always gonna have to like double guess what's going on and all that shit. But
Yeah.
now I'm kind of feeling.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if I clicked something again or not. Hold on just a second. Maybe I did. Oh, okay. I think it's when I try to enlarge this, it does that. Hello. Hello.
What you want to do next?
Oh, sorry. Whenever I try to expand something so I can actually see it or read it, it does that.
my monitor is hold up. 1 second. Are you willing to share your story with other streamers? Is that something that you're okay with?
I mean, not at the moment, just because I don't want all of the evidence I have to get back to him so far, because I would rather it be like, I don't want him to have time to cover up more of his tracks. As much as like I would want to warn other female streamers and be like, hey, like this dude is super, like, he's using his being employed by Twitch to find his next girlfriend and use his position of power to exploit her and be like, I can make you partner or I can ban you depending on whether you are interested in me or not. Like, that's not okay. Obviously, me rejecting him did not go well, because that's why literally the next day that I had applied for partner is when he showed up in my stream, and he was so pissed because he made me that whole promise of, oh, well, if you if you just go along with me and you do this and you do this, I can make you partner. Well, I'm not willing to send nudes and do stuff like that to make partner. I'm just not. I would rather put the effort and energy in, and I don't know if that's something that other female streamers are willing to do to make partner, and good for them if that's the case. Maybe I just have some standards in that regard. I mean, not to put them down, but I just, I get, like, some people, like, they're out there, they're trying to hustle, and, whatever a girl does and chooses is her own business, and I'm not gonna, like, shame her for that. But for the ones that aren't willing to do it, they shouldn't be put in a position of, do I continue to feed this person's ego even though I'm uncomfortable and I don't like them and I worry how it will impact me? Like, I feel like a lot of male streamers out there are like, oh, these e-girls are like ruining our streams. No, it's employees like that make these girls feel like they have to do certain things so that they can get privilege or they can make partner. And like, if his job is to provide security for people on Twitch, which means keeping like pedophiles away or banning guys that are trying to like share links of like 12-year-old girls, he needs to be doing that instead of sitting in, like, back in the day, my chat room, and then other girls. Like, the only places he ever monitors anything are like big titty streamers. Like, I'll just say it. Like, now he's in Blonde Equus Bomb. Now he used to be in mine. Like, he used to be.
He's in some of my friends. Like, that's one of the reasons I was asking, because when I first got that message, I didn't want to say his name. I basically just gave a few of my friends, like, hey, look, like, you should just kind of be careful, because I didn't have any like things solid to go on, so I didn't want to throw someone's name under the bus without something solid to go on. So I just kind of like shot him like a general warning, like, hey, look out, like, it looks like there are some people on Twitch staff who might be like abusing the power, and like we've seen it happen before, so you should just be careful. But because it just kind of sucks, because like I already know, like, he's already close to some of my friends, and it kind of is just like, especially now, it's just like, I don't know, just because I'm trying to be responsible about like the information that you're trusting me with. I'm not gonna blow like your confidentiality or anything. By the way, like, you can just assume everything.
I mean, you say that, but I've also tried to be very direct and open on my streams, because I immediately like record and like download all my streams now. So if I say something and he, like, for example, that when he came into my chat and he was like, oh, remember what we talked about and making partners and stuff like that? Yeah, well, I found someone else to help me. And then I was banned a little bit, like, right after he said that in my chat. Like, I'm not playing that bullshit. I got it on record now. Like, that's going to legal. So if Twitch wants to sit there and try to make it like, oh, we don't have employees that are pulling this shit, or, oh, it's not this, it's this. No, I have evidence to prove otherwise. Like, that's my thing. Like, I've been very open and honest about what's gone on with him. And because I'm not willing to be put through this ringer of getting permabanned again, simply because I'm not willing to share tit pics or virtually date or sext or send nudes. And like that's what he means when he puts in quotation marks, like, I'm dating. If a girl is not in the same
gotcha.
country, like if a girl's not in the same country as you, but that's the thing. He came to me asking me like if I would sext him and tried to get sexual on the Discord call with him. He tried to get me to like start talking about sexual stuff, and the last time I've been, intimate with someone, the last time he has, what he likes, what he doesn't like he tried to engage in conversations like that on Discord and also get photos that are inappropriate of me. So that's what he means by like dating in quotation marks, is he's wanting someone that will basically be a cyber girlfriend for him.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now.
And I wasn't. And so he quickly moved on to someone else, which is what he will continue to do. And I wonder, like, when certain people are not willing to indulge him or engage with him anymore, then what? He deletes or bans them? That's not okay to have an employee like that as part of your Twitch staff.
And because I remember I talked to him one time about like he was just telling me about band stuff. I didn't ask him, like he brought it. He's the one who brought it up. It was during like a voice call, and like he was like, yeah, there's a lot of people on here I could ban at any time. And I was like, well, what do you mean, like who? It's like he gave some examples, some of them being like friends of mine. So I was like, ooh. So I was like, oh, okay. So I imagine what could also be going on is there exists like X number of things that he could like technically ban like you or other people for, but rather than straight up just doing it, just waiting until it's favorable for like him, or like I could see somebody else doing that. You know what I mean? So it's like rather than just like busting you right off the bat, they can just wait, and then that way they can more or less like enforce it within like just however they want to.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
That
not okay. And for him to say, for him to boast that, like, yeah, I can just ban people whenever I want, like, and yet you're asking girls for nudes. This is someone employed by Twitch. Like, that's not okay, but that's what he was trying to like push off to me as well. He was like, oh, well, there's certain, he said there's only a team of 12 stateside that handles ban appeals. So we are like inundated. And he said sometimes people will just like, okay, whatever, and they will just quickly unban because they're so swamped with work. But he said that because of that they have quality assurance, like they have like a certain ratio, like, oh, well, if we just unban everyone, then something could get through the cracks. So basically it's like a game of chance. So he even said that with my ban, because I was wearing a Marvel Spider-Man costume, that he had to meet a certain quota or percentage for QA, and that he was one away from that. So he said, my hands were tied. I had to ban you. He was like, I may have been able to, do this or do that, but, I couldn't at the time, and I didn't really know you as a person. So he starts leading into, oh, well, maybe if we were buddy, I wouldn't have had to, even though supposedly based on QA, I did. But if that's the case, it would mean that Twitch is literally keeping people banned or perma-banned based on certain bullshit like QA numbers. Like,
you want to hear something possibly equally as wild that I heard from a source, an anonymous source, anyways. He was asked to remain anonymous. He claimed, and he's pretty reliable for the most part, that there have actually been times where like some of like the Twitch staff people, like the partner, the people who like do the partners or whatever, would put names in a hat and randomly pick them out, and that was who got partnered. And I was like, bro, you're joking, right? He's like, I honestly wish I was. And I was like, well damn, what the hell goes on over there?
That's kind of messed up. I mean, it would explain why there's people that have like 50,000 followers and 300 people per stream, and then they have done nothing but game, and then they aren't making partner, or they have to reapply several times. I mean, I don't see that like being all the time, but I could see if they're like backlogged or have a lot of work, them just doing something like that. Because he even told me that for a majority of the part, that all bans are done through like the people that report, and deciding whether they're going to get removed or the stream like cut off goes through a third party it's basically like a call center in Egypt, and basically these people that are working outside of the states are who can go yes or no, and it's dependent upon the person.
Yeah, so I mean it's and the partner team. This was confirmed by DJ Wheat actually. That the partner team is separate from the band team. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, but I think with the partnerships at least, I don't think they're probably quite as backed up because I would imagine there's just far less partner applications. But if you're struggling with partner, I can share with you the information I've been able to gather over the years. Like we can go over that whenever. I guess I just have to bring up some of my notes real quick, and then
Well, I mean,
I'd be happy to share it with you.
that's the thing though,
I'm sorry.
because that's the thing though. I hit all of the benchmarks, and I actually more than surpassed the benchmarks for making partner. And every little bit of advice that Relum started out with giving me before, asking me for tip pictures and telling me how long it had been since he'd gotten a blowjob, he yeah, like he was giving me some things about, well, it's about this and this, and you really need to start doing like collaboratives with other streamers. And I'm like, there's been people that make partner that don't collab with others, and how am I supposed to
Yeah.
trust to collaborate with other streamers if this is the kind of shit that goes on like behind closed doors?
And what he's saying sounds to me like, at least from what I have learned, and some of this I was able to. I had a friend who was able to confirm this. Confirm with DJ Wade, who is Twitch staff as well. He's like the creative director or whatever. Um, that that sounds like bullshit. I do know that there's like a preference towards people who play games. That's like been a thing. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if it's still a thing because that was info I got I think 3 or 4 years ago, and I've heard they have since become a bit stricter. But there's like a few little tiny nuances. Like one of them being so like the way that they so like say like you have like all of the on paper metrics, right? One of the things that they specifically look for is consistency, and so but you have like two different windows. You have the 90-day window and the 30-day window. So bare minimum, you have to hit all the 90-day metrics, and then the last 30 days actually get weighted higher than all of the other times, like all of the time before that. So say you hit all of your metrics within that, like within the 90-day window. If say like the last 3 weeks when you go to apply and they look at it, you're like super inconsistent or you're not quite hitting your numbers. Even if your 90 days good, because your 30-day isn't good, you could still potentially get rejected from that.
Well, and that would be fine. The only thing is that every time, ever since that whole thing with Relum, anytime I go to apply for partner, I'm immediately banned the next day.
That's a very weird.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
that sounds like he's like looking like did she apply like someone's going did she apply for partner? Oh, ban.
Yeah. So he's it doesn't even make sense. Like and that's what happened. I immediately applied for partner after meeting all these metrics. Again, after he tried to say, "Oh, well, I can help you make partner," wink, wink, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, suck my dick, and I was like, "No," and cut off conversation with him. He got really butthurt, I guess, and so I went about doing my own thing. Continued to play like Star Citizen, Ready or Not, Conan. Like I continued to game and play games that are very difficult or very technical, Space Engineers, things like that, and met my metrics, surpassed them. I apply for partner, and then he comes in. Hold on. Hey, that's not your shoe. We don't chew those. No, sorry. Someone's getting all jazzed up right now. But yeah, so after hitting those, I apply for partner. Don't tell him like he had, specifically instructed me to do. And I guess it comes across, and the next day as I'm streaming is when he came into my application for partner had been in like less than 24 hours. He comes into my stream after that, and that's when he said that, like, "Hey, remember how I said, like like I needed your help or whatever? Well, I don't need your help anymore. I found someone else." And then immediately get banned after that. So it was in that happened. So I've applied for partner 3 times, and every time I apply since that whole thing with Relum, every time I apply for partner, like the next day or the next following, like 2 days after, I get banned. So it's almost like there's some kind of
That is
flag so that if anytime I apply for partner, I'm immediately banned.
So I do know one weird thing. So do you know Nikki Kid or have you heard of Nikki Kid?
Yeah, I know her. Yeah. I mean, I know of her
Yeah.
anyways. I know that
Oh,
she portrays to be. All right, I'm going to pause right here. I'm going to hold on real quick. I need to let the dog out. I will be right back, people. So if you are watching, if you are interested in what is going on, feel free to drop a message. I will try to respond when I get here. I'll be right back, dude. But yeah, I will. Give me a second, and I will be right back. You said this is confirmation of a lot of stereotypes of the. Well, it's. I don't want to say that everyone is like this, but for those of you asking, like, what is um well, that's the thing. So, Sliv, if you were not here earlier, there was actually a screenshot shared where he says that he is dating her. And he had come to me and saying that he could help me make partner if I was willing to do certain things. I don't know if that is something that he has presented to her or in her streams. I don't know. I don't want to make accusations about what other females would do or wouldn't do, but I did share the screenshot where he is telling other people online that he is dating her. So that would be for me, especially considering the fact that he went from having no followers to, yeah, this is the same one who is employed by Twitch who is on her streams, which there's nothing wrong with that. She seems to be a beautiful and talented and great person. So I don't want that to be the focal point of this. I'm trying to get information out here that, you know, I am trying to get the information out of what he is doing behind closed doors. And so when certain males are going, oh, you know, it's these e-girls, it's these female streamers, they're getting all this attention and stuff like that for X, Y, and Z, you don't really need to look any further than blaming your own kind. It's this, I mean, I don't know about other employees, that would be speculation and that would be unfair to them, but this employee in particular has come to females saying, I can boost your channel, I can get you more views, I can help you make partner, I'm the person that actually is responsible for banning you previously, which is asserting power over what is essentially a subordinate. Because if you're employed by Twitch and you have the power and capacity to ban someone and or make them partner, and that's what you're offering in exchange for things, he actually came to me and told me that he has a preference for large tits, and that is not something that you convey along with the many other things that were conveyed to me during the phone call. And it's something that I was willing to let go and let bygones be bygones and just chalk it up to a dude having a moment of thinking with his dick. I mean, it happens. We all have those like hornball moments where we do or say something or we act inappropriately, and I was willing to leave it at that. But it has continued to be a problem wherein he has inserted himself into my streams, tried to make it seem as though he's done nothing wrong, where he has potentially gone and done this to other female streamers, which is something that we will get into. This is something that is confirmed by the other individual that I'm speaking with, who does not want to be named. They said that they are okay with their screen name being shared, but as far as personal name, I am respecting that boundary and not sharing that. But they have been generous enough to share with me screenshots of what Realm has sent them, stating that they are basically confirming a lot of the things that was told to me, also denying certain things, as well as saying that they are dating other female streamers that have, coincidentally enough, after saying that they started dating online, that their channels have blown up. And this person has also said, oh, well, they're responsible for helping them move up in the rankings. So for all the guys out there that are sitting there saying, oh, it's all these e-streamers, they're taking my views, no, bro, it's your other dudes, it's the other guys that are it's the male Twitch employee here that's actually responsible, because they're simping over other chicks. They're going to sit there and actually steal those views and pull people and work around things to elevate them. So it's just it's ridiculous to me that there has been this pool of, oh, it's all these female streamers' fault, when really you have male employees that are going in there and saying, hey, I will personally help you make partner if you do this for me. I will personally ensure that I pass a good word along and help you. He even came to and said, you know, if you have any problem making partner next time, you know, just make sure you come to me and tell me, and maybe we can work something out. Maybe we can talk, and, you know, I will guarantee that you will make partner next time. Hint, hint, wink, wink. So for all the males out there that are like, oh, I can't make partner, oh, I can't get views, that's because your own sex that's employed are over there screwing you out of your partner to help some of the females that they prefer to watch and be involved with. It is a huge expose. So, and it's not just me, but now I also have screenshots from other individuals who are very active on Twitch that are going around and showing these screenshots of what Relum has been saying, showing screenshots of things that are going on to showcase preferential treatment, that are showing why some people are getting fucked out of making partner, getting fucked out of their streams because there's a Twitch employee that wants to sit around going from female stream to female stream, diddling their little tallywhacker. This is what is going on. And this is what Twitch does not want to respond to. They don't want to admit that they have a system wherein a person that has no background, tallywhacker, that is code name for wiener, penis would be the actual like technical and like anatomical term for that. Yes, so hopefully I don't get banned for that. Just thought, okay, you're like, I know. So this is the thing. She said, what bothers me the most about guys like that is that they force people to their taste. Yeah, and at their wish or request without any consent from the other party. It is. And regardless of whether they know or not, I fully believe that there can be moments where we forget ourselves, and there are moments in which people need to be forgiven. I don't think that every guy is like a son of a bitch, and I don't think that when we make mistakes as human that we should, you know, it should be said that this is unforgivable. We all make mistakes. We are all subject to error as every human is. But I don't think that maybe sometimes even people really realize the dynamic or their position of power. But when you are able to 86 someone's stream and prevent them from being able to stream anymore based on how they interact with you, and you sit there and say, I'm the person that banned you last time, I am responsible, I have a quota to meet, which we'll get into later in regards to apparently the staff of 12 that actually has the power to review whether your ban is justified or not. They have a QA, a quality assurance goal to meet, according to him. So it's all up to a game of chance, or a roll of the dice, if you will, in regards to whether you get permabanned or you stay banned. It's all based on whether they've met their metrics. That's a whole other thing. But when you're talking about the power dynamic, if someone has an ability, if someone has an ability to determine whether or not you continue to stream, determine whether or not you make partner, determine whether or not you even feel comfortable streaming, or whether you even feel comfortable booting someone out of your stream, this is different. And that's it. Perhaps sometimes people don't realize the power they have, but I would imagine that since some of the things that were said were, oh, I could, you know, it's okay if I wanted to find out where you are, I could easily do so, when refusing to admit my exact location, when refusing to admit other things. You said, I'm dubbing this the 12 increment, allegedly. So he said, I kind of don't have a problem with staff dating streamers, because what if both parties are consensual? But that's the thing. You say, what if both parties are consensual? If someone is not yet partnered, or if someone is being told, like in this case, if someone is being told, like, I can either help you or I can keep it to where you get banned again. If someone says, I'm the person responsible for banning you and I can do so again if I wish to, you are now talking about a power dynamic in which it does not necessarily make one party fully consensual. You won't know if this is fully consensual or not, because that person could now feel like, well, if I don't go along to get along, if it's just e-dating, if I'm not actually in the same country as them, if it's just a couple of pictures, then if it keeps me from getting banned and this is like a second source of income, then yeah, totally, I'm going to just go along with it. You take away any ability to truly say if someone is consensual or not. And you said in the second part of your comment, I didn't see that, I'm sorry. You just, yeah, with the abuse of power. Okay, yeah. No, totally. I'm just elaborating on that, Artemis. Don't feel like it's a personal attack, I promise. You said, I hope this gets traction. I feel like I've heard this Twitch dynamic for years. It has gotten traction. And the thing is, you guys, male streamers need to be more involved in this, and not because the whole like, oh, chicks need your support for misogyny and blah blah blah. Like, I feel like that word gets thrown around so much, but if you want to talk about true, fair, like, you know, a shot at making those goals and achieving those goals and actually being recognized as a streamer, as a male streamer, quit blaming the females when there are male employees such as this one going around spending all of their time, all of their day focused on female streamers and telling them this is how you can make partner. Why are these male employees not going to male streamers going, hey bro, this is how I can help elevate you. This is how I can help you succeed. This is exactly like what I think you should do. They're not. And it's not females that are like sitting there going to these, you know, it's not like us approaching the male employees going, hey, like, I'll totally do this for you if you just help me. These are guys spending their time, which they're supposed to be on the clock. They're supposed to be providing security for younger streamers. They're supposed to be providing security for LGBTQ, those in the community that have been getting hate rated like nonstop. These are employees that are supposed to be spending their time protecting, and instead they are seeing how they can get their rocks off. They're seeing how they can, you know, get some girl to benefit them. And it's like, you guys really want to talk about equality in male female, talk to your fellow bros that are employed and ask them why they're spending all this time in effort and energy not doing their damn job, and focus on how they can elevate female streamers as opposed to how they can elevate fellow male streamers. You said, let's not make this male-female problem when the issue is a dude personally disorder. But you say, I'm not saying, you know, male-female problem in that regard. I'm saying that there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, well, females, they're stealing our views. They're stealing this. They're, you know, this and that. And it's like, dude, if you would just take a step back and realize that perhaps they're not stealing views, perhaps there are people employed that are actually pushing things for them, or they are kind of helping them or giving their advantage, or they're going to them saying, hey, I can help you with this. How come they're not going to male streamers and saying, hey, I can help you with this? I'm talking about like equality across the board in that regard for those that are kind of going to give pushback and say, hey, like, you know, this is only a female problem, and who cares? Like, a lot of people, like, when this comes out and this is being pushed out, they're like, well, who cares, you know, that e-slut deserved to get banned, or, oh, who cares, you know, she's just an e-whore. Like, there's all this like negativity, and it's like, it goes with this whole argument by them where, oh, they're stealing views, and it's like, no, like, you don't need to blame these females. There's actually males that are focused and driven on trying to exploit that power dynamic to you know, try to make things work for them and their own benefit. You said, this is prevalent attitude against female streamers by male streamers, stating that ladies are stealing views. It has been since the platform started to take off years ago. Yes. And you know, everything from Justin TV to where we are with Twitch today. And, you know, the whole, oh, you know, she's just streaming in a bikini and stuff like that. I see a lot of chicks that, you know, they change their stream around, they do things, they do this, but it does not mean that they do it in the hopes of getting a message from a Twitch employee saying, hey, by the way, I haven't had sex in forever because my ex-streamer girlfriend was sexually assaulted on an airplane and she just hasn't felt like blowing me in a while. So, oh, boo-hoo me. not my ex-girlfriend that got sexually assaulted and the trauma she's going through. Boo-hoo me. And by the way, I'd love to know what your nipples look like. It's just, that's not something that I think that a Twitch employee who is in charge of security and whether or not someone gets banned should be saying or asking or even putting out there for female streamers. How do we take this up with Twitch? That's the thing, Titans. I have been in talks with, I have sought legal recourse. Twitch has tried to issue their own suggestion on, oh, here, we work with this legal firm. And because they're not technically in-house, they're a third party and you should feel safe with them. And they don't give two shits either. And it's not just a staff member. This is one of, like, what I have been told by him is a group of 12 people that go through and they are in charge of whether someone gets banned or doesn't get banned. And when you're in that position, when you go to a female and you say, it's been a long time since I've been fucked, and it's been a long time since I've had my tallywhacker sucked on, and hey, by the way, you have great tits. Oh, and also I'm the person that banned you, and guess what? I could help you, you know, get partner. When you add all those pieces together, it does not take a genius to understand what is being said there. Or it does not take a genius to understand that someone is now abusing their position of power, whether they recognize it or not. I would have a very hard time believing that they don't recognize that. Maybe that guy has a sick mind and can't be with a real woman. Well, here's the thing. I think it's a danger to the community when your job is supposed to be protecting the community and preventing hate raids and preventing security risks. And hey, if there's a pedophile that's, you know, using the platform and they're sending messages to what seem to be underage viewers that are like watching Pokimane or Mizkif or whatever, like what... like it's detrimental to all those communities, whether big streamers want to acknowledge it or not, or whether other streamers, regardless of their follow size, when someone of a very small group, a very small staff is tasked with being the person that should protect the community at large, which means protecting the people that support you, that watch you, and they're focused on big titties and how they can try and get a female streamer with big titties to send them nudes or screenshots or you know, take a couple of selfies because they want to know what your big nipples or small nipples or big titties or whatever look like. That is detrimental to your own community. So it affects all of us. When someone is tasked with providing security and safety, not only is the abuse of power wrong, it's the fact that this person is spending their day and they're getting paid for it, you guys. They're getting fucking paid for it. That's the biggest thing. And we all, like, as a community in Twitch, regardless of what you stream or how you stream, whether you're a female or male, whether you identify as they, them, whether you are streaming, you know, whether you're streaming, you know, Fall Guys, or you're streaming, you know, it doesn't matter, like whether you're doing like DCS or you're doing Star Citizen or you're doing whatever, it impacts us all when we already are so stretched thin when it comes to security, and that person is taking all of their time and all of their day to focus only on what they find visually and sexually appeasing, as opposed to truly making sure that those that use this community, however they choose to use it, whether it be, you know, they want to come on here and watch someone play music, or, oh, Jesus, mother of God, don't chew that. Come on, hold on, I'll be right back. Hey, you put that down, sass pants. Hold on. Instead of telling Twitch chat. See, that's the thing. I've sent multiple messages to Twitch, but they don't care. So that is why eventually I sent something else to Twitch, which finally, once they saw, they go, oh, and here's how you can contact an attorney. You don't understand that Twitch is actually, when it comes to their resources and their what they have available, is very limited. The number of people that actually go through and review bans is a group of 12. So you're like, oh, Twitch support. One, they rarely ever go through and look at that. Two, it's something that, what do you mean he got at you? Wait, the rampant dark side of the web? What do you mean? Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, I'm gonna switch the call back on. So hold on just a second, you guys. And in regards to like, oh, there's, you know, Good Old Boys Club, I believe that the group, based off of researching like who is employed in that exact same job position, is all male with one female. There may be two females actually, but it's majority male. Yes, it is majority male and majority Caucasian male. You said you can't be the only one that, you know, doing this to you. That is why I actually have had this phone call today. That is why certain things were shared with me. If you want to rewind the stream, if you want to go back and look at some of the screenshots that were shared that I did share on stream, you're more than welcome to. In regards to when women actually, or men, because it can happen to both, it absolutely can happen to both. In this case, this person seems to be going for women of a certain kind. It can happen to both, but when someone steps up and they continually to say, like, they continue to say to staff member or to support, or supposedly support, hey, this is what's going on, this is what's happening, and nothing, no one responds to you, no one says anything. It's just like when I got that message from someone that actually outlined in detail how they were going to sexually assault me and then murder me in my home. And I sent that to Twitch, and I told them, like, hey, can you get any information for me so I can actually file a police report? I want to be able to do something, or at least get some info so I can potentially like IP ban this person if they're not using like a VPN. And I never got a response. I never did. Not once. Not one response. They just either lack the staff, or they lack the ability to keep up with certain demands. I don't know. I don't want to speculate without knowing, but in regards to whether, you know, this person is like the only, I don't know, because it's hard for women to speak up and do this and feel like they can talk, because when someone is in a position where they can delete your stream, like right now, they could completely get rid of the stream, they could knock me down, they could permanently ban me from the site for simply speaking on what actually happened, on things that I have evidence for, all of that. Well, good. I'm glad that there's Twitch staff in here. Perhaps they would like to chime in and say what's going on. Perhaps they would like to say, you know, why it is that half of, you know, they collect 50% of what every streamer makes, but then they employ people without doing, you know, full background checks, or without monitoring the way that their own employees utilize, you know, their computers and utilize all that. You said, oh, they left now. Of course. Of course. So I'm gonna get back to the call, you guys, and again, if you want to go back and look at the screenshots that were shared earlier in regards to what Relum had said to another person, if you want to go back and look at the screenshots of this Twitch employee talking about certain females and how he has utilized his position. Yes, I am recording this locally as well, so that is something that was made clear at the start of the stream too. So I did share screenshots. I shared things that were said by Relum to other people, now that that's come to light too. So now this is not just something that I have talked about. This is something that other people have shared with me in regards to his behavior and how he is utilizing his position of employment to scout other females, and certain ones that he has preference for as well. I will be putting this and sharing this on YouTube as well. I think it's very important to talk about what is going on. And I don't think that people should be silenced when they are experiencing harassment from an employee. It needs, and regardless of whether you are a male or a female, and that's the thing, I've tried to ban him from the room and this has continued to happen. So Relum, you talking about how long it had been since you had sex, since you're in the room, and how your girlfriend was sexually assaulted and how you could really go for a blowjob. And when you were talking about how you would love to know what my nipples would look like, all during that phone call on Discord, that was not appropriate. And the things that you shared with another Twitch individual. So Relum, I'm really not comfortable with you being here. And that's the thing. I have not been able to escape this person that has said these things to me. And the messages that you sent to another individual, they were shared with me. A lot of it was shared with me today. All the screenshots, all the things that you said about me, all the things that you said to continue to try and bury your actions during that December phone call and what happened from then. I'm tired of you harassing me. I want you out of the stream, and I want Twitch to finally do something to where you are no longer in my streams. I don't think it's appropriate for you to tell people how long it's been since you've had a proper blowjob. I don't think it's okay for you to tell females how you really like how their tits look. And, oh, by the way, I'm the person that banned you originally and I have the power to do so again. So Relum, if you're still in here, kindly fuck off, because it's not okay. You spend all day watching female streamers and nothing to actually do what you were hired to do. Nothing that you were actually hired to do, which is keep this community safe, is protect other people, to get rid of the pedophiles and the individuals on here that do hate raids against people of color, against people who have a different sexual preference. That is what you were hired and tasked to do, not have phone calls with people saying, oh, I can help you figure out how to make partner and what you did wrong. Oh, by the way, I want to tell you how long it's been since I had a blowjob, baby. I want to tell you how nice your tits look, girl. That is what is being exposed here. And you have had the potential and capacity to leave me alone, but yet you have continued to come up and pop up and chat. Perhaps you would like to explain this to Twitch. Perhaps you would like to. Or perhaps you would like to kindly finally leave me alone and stay out of my chat room, which is all that I've asked for. That is all that I've said. And yet you've continued to go behind and tell people, oh, it wasn't me. Oh, it wasn't this. I don't think that you were expecting me to be smart enough to record some things. I don't think that you were expecting me to be smart enough to screenshot some things. Remember how you told me, oh, I'm gonna have to talk to you on there because I really don't want, I could get in trouble. I could get in trouble if they found out that I talked to you, or, oh, I could get in trouble if they found out about this. Well, guess what, Relum? They're gonna find out because you overstepped your boundaries. You thought with your dick, and then you tried to go to other men and say, oh, she's insane. Oh, she's insane, you guys. She is crazy. Typical behavior of a predator, abusing their position of power. I'm gonna tell their guys that it must have been some other employee. So now you are actually blaming your fellow coworkers. You're blaming your fellow coworkers. It wasn't your coworkers that came to me and told me, hey, by the way, I'm the person that banned you.
I have the power to do so again. Hey, by the way, my girlfriend, my ex-streamer girlfriend got sexually assaulted on an airplane, but who cares about that? It's been a year since I got my dick sucked. What do you want to do about it, huh? What do you want to do about it? No, you don't want to talk about that, do you? Or perhaps you would like to chime up instead of silently lurk in here. But no, silently lurk and yet another female streamer's stream. Yep, he's still in here. He is still in here. And that's the thing that's the worst about it. I can't ban him. I cannot ban, and that's what I tried to show you. You cannot ban Staff Relum. Please email support. I did email support. And I told them, I'm not comfortable with someone coming to me saying, hey, don't tell anyone. Hey, I want to talk to you on Discord. Yeah, maybe now he is. But he'll come back, and that's the thing. You cannot ban Staff Relum. You cannot ban him. I cannot do anything to the person that came to me pretending to be a friend, pretending that he wanted to talk to me about why I was banned and how he could help me with my streams and how he could do something to help me make partner and how to let him know. Just let him know next time I played for partner. And think about the things that he told me on that phone call, that Discord phone call, or the messages sent to me in Whisper. But no. Yeah, I know. I can see him in the mod panel too. I can see him in the staff panel too. I see him still. He may not look like he's still here to you guys, but I could see. And he's just going to sit here and pretend like he did not call me and tell me that he had the capacity and power to ban me, as he already had done, that he had the capacity to help me make partner, and that, oh, by the way, it's been so long since I've had sex. It's been so long. I'm sure he will do everything in his capacity to try and get me banned, despite the screenshots that I actually shared earlier. I did screenshot the whispers. I did screenshot the chats. I did all of that. Unfortunately, I can't share bits and pieces of recorded phone conversation based on certain laws with anyone that is not a lawyer. So just sharing that frivolously on here would not behoove me. So I have it on there about how interesting it is that he would spend all of his time and work day in a certain streamer's stream and then talk about how he's dating that person. It's interesting how after a Twitch staff member tells someone, which I shared earlier, that he's dating someone, and that by the way, it just happens that their stream has completely grown exponentially since then. You said, I'm curious as to what kind of man tells a woman they haven't had sex in low. I'm curious what kind of man tells someone that it's been over a year because their ex-girlfriend was sexually assaulted, as though that is gonna like really get my motor going. I have tried, Shadow, to share some of this with print media. However, their biggest thing is, you said, I don't understand what's illegal about any of this. Sexually harassing a female and also trying to use quid pro quo, like, hey, I have the power to ban you if you don't. That's called sexual exploitation. That is why part of that is illegal, Ms. Quits. I know it's lawsuit worthy. That is why I've been in talks with someone other than just the lawyer that was pressed upon me by Twitch. No, he does work with Twitch. He is actually gainfully employed by Twitch. If you look at his LinkedIn, if you looked at other things, he also has the verification badge. It is considered an act of attempted intimidation. Also given a majority. Good luck. Okay, I'm glad that that's the extent of, yeah. Okay, you can go back to watching Miz now. That's totally fine. I believe his real name is Nathaniel or Nathan. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly Vex. It's a matter of getting your own legal counsel as opposed to going with anyone that Twitch has recommended, because if they are working in tandem with them, then yeah, obviously it does not behoove you to. I don't know last name off the top of my head. I forget. And I don't want to dox him either. I know, well, he's shared openly that his name is Nathan or Nathaniel. That's not something that has not been shared by him. So that's, now I don't think he's ever shared his last name, so. Since Lasher was exposed for that just over a year ago. Yeah, nothing that was shared was anything that was not previously. But it is interesting that when calling him out and telling him to leave my streams alone, that it was... Well, yeah, obviously you don't want to dox someone. Although you would think that someone acting in regards to security for Twitch, if you go and you look up the position on like everyone that is involved in the like security portion of Twitch, you will be able to find those people on LinkedIn. I have some stuff on YouTube. So yes, I have streamed on YouTube. It's not so much that I don't want to stream on Twitch or that I have an issue with Twitch altogether. I just want them to make changes or enact changes that will put people in the right seats that deserve it. I want people that are gainfully employed by Twitch in this kind of a position to actually be doing their job, which is keeping the community safe and not, you know, like allowing like, you know, pedophiles to send links and keeping people that are doing like, you know, hate raids and people that use really horrible derogatory like racial slurs and stuff like that. I want them to hire people that will do that and not someone that will spend their entire day in a female streamer's chat that they claim to be dating, and then just ignore every bit of their responsibilities. And that's the thing, you guys. A lot of you are gonna be told that. Thank you, Writer Zero. I really appreciate that. And that's the thing. Like, I have connected with a lot of individuals such as Writer Zero and other individuals on here, you guys, that have been incredibly helpful and supportive, that have interests that are similar to mine, like D&D, Warhammer, people that have offered, you know, hey, like if you're really into, you know, Conan, because I saw you streaming, like I've wanted to put together a server for a role play, like do you want to be a part of it? Like that's the kind of thing that I've always like wanted. I've wanted people that have similar interests that I do, that aren't going to make fun of me for those interests, that aren't going to put me down for those interests, and I've wanted to connect with individuals like that. And instead I have been bombarded with, I mean, in that, I have tough skin, so I can deal with a lot of it, but I don't want to have to deal with it from employees anymore. And I don't want to have to deal with it from employees that claim that they're not responsible and they don't know what I'm talking about. Like, it's not okay. Like, when I received the screenshots that I did today, and I saw what this person was doing, not just to me, but to other people, and what he's saying and sharing with other people, it does us all a disservice, regardless of whether you want to stream like League of Legends or Call of Duty. It doesn't matter what your game is or what your interest or talent is that you want to share, whether it be, you know, you're really good at playing the guitar and you want to share music with us, or perhaps you just want to have like a really collaborative kind of like podcast style stream where you bring people on and you talk about these things that you're passionate about, or perhaps, you know, you're an artist wanting to share your craft with everyone. You should be able to do so in a safe environment. And as long as we allow the very small percentage of staff that is available to us to spend all of their day harassing people, abusing that power dynamic, or having phone calls with people talking about how long it's been since they've gotten a blowjob, and how they, you know, really would love to know what your nipples look like and how nice your tits are and how they usually date people with big tits. Like, good for you, but that's not the kind of thing that you should be doing. Why spend your time doing that? So do you think that you just whispered a name of a streamer that might be a good resource and ally? I think this jerk did the same to her. Oh gosh, LL Hunter. I will reach out to her then. Thank you so much for sharing that. I will see if they tried to pull the same thing to her. You said, did he say anything to you personally? Yes, this is the stuff that was shared with me personally about how long it had been since he had had sexual relations, because his ex-girlfriend was sexually assaulted on an airplane coming back home to the States. He said that he tried to be a good boyfriend and give her a whole year, like a whole year, for her to come around from that psychological trauma and the physical trauma that comes along with being sexually assaulted. But no, it was over a year and he just couldn't hold out any longer. So the relationship fell apart, and how he could really genuine question, how come you entertain? So the reason why I was on a phone call, because I had never interacted with someone from Twitch before in that regards. I was talking on stream about, hey, I don't realize why I got banned. Does anyone have any advice or information? He had been hanging out in my streams quite frequently, and he was like, hey, I work for Twitch, like, and of course everyone had said that because of, you know, his badge and stuff too, so everyone knew that he was employed. So I thought that this person was genuinely coming to me with like quality advice and saying like, hey, like, you know, this is why you were banned, here's something that you can do in the future. And the start of the phone call started out like, oh, so here's some ideas and things like that to grow, and it seemed like it was legit. And he was like, hey, don't tell anyone, don't tell anyone, because I could lose my job if they found out that I came to you and told you why you were banned and how things are, and don't tell anyone this. And it's the typical like, I'm gonna, you know, be so hush hush. And then the conversation started to get into, hey, I really like the things that you talk about on your stream because you seem very open. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know, that's really cool. And then he starts opening up about this stuff, and I'm like, okay. And I thought maybe that he was just like, he needed a voice to vent to, or perhaps he needed someone to share with. But then when he starts to go into how he was the one that specifically banned me, and why and how it works and how long it's been since he has had sex, and how he only dates chicks with big tits, and how he, you know, wanted to, you know, he was curious to know what my nipples looked like, and how he thought that they may look quite good based on what he has seen. Like, that is what the conversation progressed into. And here I am with this person that has just said that they have the power and potential to ban me. The person that says that they have the power and potential to find out where I am, because he was like, when I told him, he was like, so where in Arizona are you? And I was like, oh, well, I really don't feel comfortable giving him like away all my details and stuff. I don't like want a lot of information being passed around about me. And he goes, oh, well, I mean, I could find out if I really wanted to anyways. Because he has the power to look up everything on my file on Twitch. He has the power to look up my phone number. He has the power to look up where I am. And that was very concerning for me. And so now I'm put in a position of, do I go along with what he says? Do I continue to deal with this? Because if I cut the conversation off just altogether, am I going to get banned for good? Am I going to lose this? So I was not at a point yet to say, you know what, screw it. So Jesus, I wonder how this guy managed to get a goal. I don't understand how he was able to get a position with Twitch. My thing is, you know, if you work as a I would think that it would be Planty. I would think that it would be, but this is something that's been going on with Twitch, and I really think that if they did more to monitor their employees' use of time and what their employees that are in this kind of role are doing, that this could potentially be something that they could nip in the bud. They could really stand to improve their employee like environment. Like they could improve so much just by, you know, taking those small steps. Like if you work as like a teacher, you work as like a child like therapist, and you're, you know, consulting with the police department will actually like issue you like a laptop or give you like a computer to work with, and they will go through and they'll monitor like what you do and what you have on your computer. And teachers equally will have, you know, usually staff equipment that's monitored. Why they apparently don't do this, and why they allowed someone to go through and whisper me like, hey, don't tell anyone, but I can help you with like making partner, or I can help you in understanding why you were banned and stuff. And they never saw that. They never looked. They never go through this person's stuff. And it's just like, if someone doesn't have a background in security, why is it they're being given an opportunity to have such leeway and spend all their day doing something that really isn't beneficial to the community as a whole? You said too bad you did not record the conversation. Actually, towards the end it was recorded, Blues. So don't take me for stupid just yet. You said until proven, all threats and harassment must be taken seriously. And that's the thing, they should be taken seriously. And unfortunately, I don't know whether it's the people that, like, if I were to go and report someone for harassing me, it would go to the same department that he works in. If I wanted to talk about security and things that are going on, those reports go to the same department. So who do I speak to? Where do I go? Who do I talk to? When the person perpetrating crimes is the person you're supposed to speak with, like who do you go to from there? Especially when that person's going around Twitch saying, you know, yeah, who's watching the watchers? Exactly. He said he's probably someone's nephew from corporate. Who knows? He said he can look up your linked bank account and possible address as well. And that's the thing that's scary, Darkness, is that this person does. Like, I'm taking a huge risk by simply saying, hey, I'm not okay with this person doing what they did, and I'm not comfortable with how this person is continuing to use their time on Twitch, and I'm concerned about my fellow streamers undergoing the same kind of situation that I went through. But I can't say that, because if I do, I get made out to be the loony. I get to be made out to be the bad guy. I am the person that potentially stands to lose from this. And instead of Twitch going, hey, this person's really trying to improve the community, like they see Twitch and they see the potential and they want to grow on this platform and they want it to be a healthy growth on the platform. Instead, it's just continued to be ban after ban after ban for things that aren't, oh god, what would be the technical term considered? It's not libel, it's not defamation, because these are things that can be proven. These are things that were said to me. These were things that were sent to me. And regardless of whether this person has spent a majority of their time covering up what they do while at work or not, I don't know. But it would be helpful if Twitch would actually go, you know what, we should maybe take this seriously. We should maybe do more to protect our community and our streamers. You said, I'll talk to Devin Nash or Destiny. They have good contacts. They'll help you. I mean, that's... Send some photos of this guy in Discord. I want to know what he looks like. I imagine he's some chocolate looking. Well, I mean, that's besides the point. It's not about how someone looks. It's not about how someone... you know, whether or not they're attractive or not. It's about the way that someone interacts with people that they have the power to, you know, dox, the power to harass, the power to end their stream, the power to disconnect their bank account. Like, it's one of those things where, like, Twitch has put someone in a huge position of power, and yet when it's come to their attention that, hey, this person's abusing that, and it's scary how much they like power that they have over that, they don't want to take it seriously. It's very unlikely that local or national news would take an interest in such a story. It's one of those things where it's not a lot of people in regards to who watches the news these days really care about Twitch to that extent. It's one of those. So that's the stream for today. Do with it what you will. Twitch, do what you will to me. If you want to continue to silence females that are going to just say, hey, I want things to be safer, I want things to be better, not just for me, but for those that are in the LGBTQ community, those that are here that identify as they, them, those here that are streaming that are people of color, those here that simply want to stream and just stream knowing that their community is safer and that the person that's supposed to be keeping them safe is not dilly-dallying in other females, you know, streams, asking them if they want help making partner in exchange for X, Y, or Z. That's all I want. That's all I want, you guys. I want to be able to come on, turn on my stream. I get it. I have a large chest. I cannot help that. I have a large chest, which means that when I wear a tank top that any other female streamer would wear, it's going to be a little bit tighter in certain areas. I can't help that when I have a desk that goes from my rib cage up, that part of the rib cage up is going to include breasts. That's part of being a female. I cannot help that. I could either dress as a monk or wear a hazmat suit or just dress as a nun, but that would not be me. I live in Arizona. It's very hot here, so I do tend to stream wearing a tank top or something of the such. It does not mean that I'm looking to get harassed. It does not mean that I am looking to be exploited in a certain way. It simply means that it's hot as hell outside. I want to be able to stream comfortable. Period. The end. I want what is best for the community, and I don't want to see any more stuff being sent to me in regards to Relum, because I've called him out on my stream, which I did back in June, and I asked him politely in June on the 15th to please stop coming into my stream because he made me very uncomfortable. And yet he was caught popping back in here, and yet he was caught going to other males in my chat and telling them that I'm insane, that I'm crazy for going off on him, and that he has no idea who I could be talking to. It must have been one of his fellow employees that harassed me. So he got mad that I called him out on him making me uncomfortable, and I could have left it at that, but no, I get freaking screenshots of him going to others that were in my chat telling them that I am insane. That is not behavior becoming of a Twitch employee. That is not behavior becoming of anyone who harasses someone and tells them how long it's been since they've had sex and how they can affect whether you make partner or not, and how they enjoy how your titties look on stream and how he bets your nipples look just so good. So that's it. That's all I gotta say. I don't know what else you guys want from me. This is, yeah. Oh, don't give people's I appreciate that you want to share stuff with me, but don't give people's direct contact info away in stream. I copied it, I pasted it, but I am going to delete that just because I don't want people to spam that number or... There we go. Yeah, I'm just going to time you out for a minute so that I can get that removed, because sharing people's direct contacts... Well, don't, you guys, I just said, this is not meant to, as much as I appreciate you guys helping, this is not meant to harass people. This is not meant to, this is simply me going, hey, Twitch, you won't listen to me. You won't do anything about it. I have been left with no other resources, with no other chances, with no other opportunities. You guys continue to ignore what is going on. So this is the only way I can get this out. This is the only way I can speak my piece. So... there. Do with this stream what you will. Say what you want. Maybe I'll get banned. Probably will. Not that I want to. That's not the goal here. The goal was never to be banned. The goal was never to be banned. It was simply to say, hey, you guys won't even respond to me. You guys won't even go, hey, you know what? We got your message. We're gonna schedule a time to listen to you, to talk to you. We're gonna let you know what resources and what avenues you can take. We take this very seriously. Or hey, we don't want to employ someone that uses their position of power to make anyone feel like this. That's all I wanted, was just one person to go, you know what? This is not the kind of stuff that we deal with. We value the people that we take 50% cut from. Half of everything I earn from you guys, which I appreciate the support for streaming stuff, half of everything I earn goes towards this person's paycheck. It goes towards Twitch. And if Twitch is not willing to say, hey, we appreciate that half and it means enough to us that we're going to take your claim seriously, then I'm just going to speak my piece. I would say that they do need to hire more women. He will try to silence me. I am prepared for a ban on Twitch. I am prepared to share this on YouTube. I am prepared to share this and multiple other things that I have screenshot, recorded, etc. to other resources. So you guys, if you want to do anything to help support what's going on, please share this with your social groups, share this on social media, share a clip of this, share whatever you can, and tell people, hey, we're not going to stand for staff that's employed that's going to do this anymore. We're not going to be ignored. Like, some of you guys are streamers too, and you guys deserve security. You guys deserve to be heard. You guys deserve someone that's actually going to monitor your streams and keep people out of your streams that are, you know, either hate rating you or using racial slurs and stuff like that. Like, the more staff that's actually dedicated towards doing that, the better and more whole Twitch can be, as opposed to those that just spend their time focused on girls they find attractive. If you get banned, do you stream elsewhere? If I get banned, then it's just more evidence to go towards. Well, you guys, this is not, it's not meant to be, this is not meant to be a doxing thing or a go against this person. This is meant to go towards, you said back up this VOD ASAP, Sarah, as he came in and lurked. I know he came in and lurked, and he refused to leave, and he refused to, and he's going to do what he can. I know it, because he's continued to do so. He's continued to do so. So all I can say is that the screenshots at the start of this are more proof right there for what he has done and how he has continued to abuse his position of power. And I am not going to stand for people sending me screenshots of someone I have respectfully asked again and again to leave me alone and to stay out of my chat. And he has circumvented that. He has used his power to circumvent that and to continue to make me feel uncomfortable after trying to get photos of my tits and expressing how long it's been since he's had sex. I will back up this and I will put it on YouTube if I get, you know, booted and stuff like that. And I'm sure he will do what he can. He'll probably try to go to a lawyer too. But the thing is that I don't think he realizes that I recorded some things and screenshot some things. So he may want to say, oh, like he went through and he deleted all the messages that he sent me, but it doesn't mean I didn't screenshot before then. He may have gone through and thought that because he was talking to me on Discord that I didn't record anything. Sadly mistaken. So his best bet at this point is to just leave me alone, to apologize and leave me alone. If he wants to go through some sexual harassment training seminar with Twitch and whatever else, cool. I just want it to stop. Some of the screenshots of what he was saying to another person that has come forward and talked about things he has shared and how he has like threatened other people he's looked up their license plate information and stuff because they were not nice to him in chat. Like, there was a lot of stuff shared. So there's also screenshots in regards to, you said you think it's important to protect other girls as well. I do too. I think it's important to protect other girls, and regardless of whatever Twitch ends up thinking is best, whether it be like they put him or move him to a different job where he's not under, deciding whether someone's banned or not, whether they decide to make him go through like a sexual harassment training seminar, whatever punishment or whatever recourse that they feel is appropriate, I will back. But there has to be something. There has to be some kind of change. There has to be something to where if the people they put in a position of power are those that you're reporting to, there needs to be an alternative. There needs to be another way you can report stuff, because then it doesn't get taken seriously, because the people that are doing it are the ones that you're reporting to, and then they just delete it altogether. So if he wants to go around claiming that he's dating certain other female streamers and spending all of his time, in other streamers' chat rooms while he secretly tells them he can help them make partner, and then talks about how long it's been since he's been laid and how badly he could go for a blowjob. I mean, if Twitch thinks that that's appropriate for their employees to do that, he says, so basically this guy is like Twitch's Harvey Weinstein, pretty much. Yeah. Oh, and thank you for that, Darkness. Yeah, subscribe to my YouTube, you guys, as well, because who knows, I may have to just move over there full time. It would be unfortunate if that was how Twitch decided to roll, if they were like, you know what, we're just going to ban this girl for being very forthright and honest and talking about something. You said, can I share the VOD of him on another, the VOD of him on another Twitch e-date? I don't know what you mean. Like, I didn't share anything with how he looks or whatever. Like, what, I'm not trying to make it like a witch hunt to where someone is getting harassed. I just want Twitch to know that one of their employees is behaving in a very unbecoming manner. So there's a lot of scammer everywhere. I just don't care about. It's not so much a scammer. I don't know what you mean you don't care. If you don't care that someone's out there using their position to harass people or to, scam them out of, if that's what you consider it. If you think he's trying to scam someone out of photos, that's not what it is. That's actually called sexual exploitation. He was on an e-date. There's a VOD of, oh wow, look, if he was on an e-date and you want to share that, I don't care. That's not my business. Whatever you do. He changed his Instagram to private. Well, yeah, I will. He said share recording on YouTube. I will share some of this on YouTube. Absolutely. I was not hoping that it would have to come to this, but after getting some of the, of course he would change his Instagram to private because he doesn't want everything to be, he doesn't want to show that. Yeah, that's typical behavior. Wait, you said he was Hellmike's e-date? Oh. I don't know. I don't follow them. Interesting that they would do that. But look, you guys, this isn't meant to be like, it isn't meant to harass anyone or stalk anyone. It's meant to go, look, I don't like that I was put in a very uncomfortable position and that I have continued to have to deal with this. I just want it to stop. That's it. I want it to stop, and I want people that have used their position for the worst or made people feel uncomfortable to end it. Like, I don't want to have anyone else come to me with screenshots about how after someone was told to please stop doing what they're doing and to leave my chat, that I'm insane. I'm not insane for not wanting someone to come to me and tell me how long it's been since they've had sex and how they really would love to know what my nipples look like. That's not becoming of a Twitch employee. It's really not. It's not appropriate. Especially doing so while you're at work and in the middle of you like logged in and while you're modding for my channel. It's not, that's not a proper use of employee or company equipment or company time, I don't imagine. But hey, is what it is. I would like to do a stream later of painting some Warhammer miniatures. I got some cool new, like, spiffy, like, magnifying glasses to use while painting. I'd love to do that, but whether Twitch allows me to stream later on or not, I don't know. I don't know. They may decide to punish me simply for being a female and having a chest and being honest with what happened. So, who knows? I would hope that they wouldn't. I hope that they would not punish any more females simply for speaking out and trying to protect others in the community. That's all this really is trying to protect others in the community and trying to protect, you know, what I would think that the company stands for as a whole. So we'll see 40. We'll see. But I don't think Twitch is really scared about someone taking them to court. Typically what they'll do is just pay like a little, you know, a couple $100,000 or a couple dozen $1,000, call it a day, you know, brush their hands, no biggie to them. I don't foresee them. If anything, Twitch would have enough of a legal side that they would just try to drown me in paperwork and documents and try to drag it out as long as possible. They have the money to drag things out. I do not to their extent. He said arbitration is likely in the TOS. You said they can't defend him. Well, defend him is one thing. It's another thing to try and protect their image based on how they utilize their legal team. So they can easily say like, okay, well, we're not necessarily defending his actions, but we're going to call into question everything with your background and behavior, and we're gonna try to use this to appeal, and they can try to send it to this and send it to that, and they can drag the process out very easily. It's not about money. It's not about any of that. I just want to be able to stream and not have employees come in here and when they've been asked to repeatedly leave me alone after asking for certain things. I want to be able to stream and not have to deal with that, and other people in the community to feel safe too. Period. The end. That's it. That's all I want to happen, is them to be a little bit more cautious of who they hire, how they monitor them, what they allow, and if a streamer feels that it is necessary to ban one of them, then yeah. But we'll see. I guess thank you guys for listening to the story. Take with it what you will. I will be on YouTube if anything happens. So Twitch, I saved the screenshots of what I have from other people and other things. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. You know, hopefully for those of you that stream, I wish you all the success in the world. I hope to see you on here. It's not that Twitch is messed up. It's that Twitch could easily do the smallest of things and fix this. They could easily just listen to your streamers. Listen to your streamers. You could have so much go so well if you would just listen to your streamers and do these little things that keep them safe and keep them protected and keep people that would otherwise ruin your reputation or the company and the things that you've built away, and monitor what they're doing. Oh, that's right. I did switch it to sub only. That is correct. All right. Well, I will have to I will record. I have been recording the video, so there's that. All right. I'll take that into consideration, Loggy. I will. Exactly. Will do. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good one. Goodbye.